Notaspringchick, and although you don't see me on camera, you get to see Dawn. We're here at Kodak at the CES, yes, in Las Vegas, International CES Consumer Electronics, and we're getting to look at all the fun toys. Now, Kodak has cameras. Now, what's so special about that camera, Dawn?
This camera is really unique. This is a digital still camera, point and shoot. It's got the Kodak Smart Capture feature on it, which makes it really simple to get brilliant images automatically. The camera detects and analyzes the scene and then makes the settings and adjustments for you. You don't have to think, just press the button and get brilliant images.
You're serious? It's point and shoot fun?
Point and shoot fun. On the go, capture a moment, never miss a moment. What's really cool about it is it's got a really powerful and versatile lens. It goes from 26mm wide angle all the way up to 24x zoom, which is 624mm. A lot of power in that lens. So you've got aimed at a user who's out there, does a lot of different photography, both close-up and landscape distant photography, and they've got all the power and versatility they could ever want in that lens. The other really cool feature about it is about 40% of pictures are taken in the vertical format.
Yeah.
So Kodak has incorporated into the Kodak Z980 a vertical shutter release. So that's your go button here off to the side.
Now, I've never seen that on a camera before.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Never ever.
The camera comes with, in the box, there's a detachable grip for the vertical shutter, so you get a real comfortable feeling when you're holding that camera to shoot vertically, as opposed to having to cramp your style and cramp your arm trying to get around and shoot vertically as in the past.
Now, I did notice you said detachable grip.
That's right. If you're not shooting vertically, you don't have to have that extra bulk on the camera. Big 3-inch LCD screen,
nice,
12 megapixel sensor, and nothing's easier than Kodak Smart Capture for getting brilliant images whenever you want.
And we are absolutely live here. In fact, they're changing the lighting on us, as you notice that there's a little bit of change. Oh, look at that. Now, what makes Kodak? Kodak's been doing digital for a long time. What makes Kodak different from any of the other camera manufacturers?
Kodak's always been about make it easy for the consumer. Easy Share is one of the names on the camera, a brand name on the camera. And Easy Share makes it all about not only capturing great images easily, but then being able to connect those images back to your life. So we have lots of great ways for you to share images, wireless picture frames that let you send pictures to grandma and receive pictures back from grandma, and on and on. The ways that we enable people to connect their memories to one another and keep them alive in their lives is really special.
Now, I'm looking at this camera only because part of it is that I love cameras myself, and I'm looking at some of the functions. Now, for those of you that don't use these cameras quite as much, this is an advanced point and shoot, so what makes this different is it may not fit into your pocket unless you have a really large pocket, but the advantage of that is, look at this, you've got a 24 times optical zoom, which you can't get in one of the little point and shoots, but also notice this shoe right here. Now, some of you are going, what in the world do I need that for? Well, guess what? Sometimes just that regular flash is not going to work quite so well. You might want to attach, maybe a microphone, okay, another light, okay, and look, we're looking, okay, can shoot movie mode, okay, of course, the red one, that's
the Easy Share, or I'm sorry, the Smart Capture.
Smart Capture.
That's the auto mode.
And that's for most of the people.
Most of the people
will want to use. Now, what are these other ones? No, this is the sport mode.
Right, for sports scenes. This is to change your ISO, which is how much light you're going to be letting in.
Okay. What is SCN?
SCN gives you a whole variety of scene modes to choose from. So maybe if we can show on the back of the camera that here are all the...
Okay.
It didn't come up like it should.
Now, you notice that there's a scene mode. So when you go into the scene mode, what does that mean? Does that mean like you can shoot in snow conditions?
When you click to the scene setting, you're able to call up all kinds of different situations that you might be in. Maybe you want to do a flower or close-up of some foliage.
Okay.
So you've got a close-up setting, you've got a sports setting, you've got a landscape setting, you have a sunset setting.
A sunset setting. Now that's a new one. I haven't seen that one.
A portrait setting. It's going to optimize your picture quality for whatever scene that it is you're trying to capture. So it's a really great, useful tool for getting exactly the kind of resolution and crispness that you want in your image.
Actually, one of the things I want to share is for those of you that like to keep everything automatic, those settings really do make a difference, because a lot of those settings, they're actually hard for people to get good pictures in.
Yes, that's absolutely true. And again, with Smart Capture, it's going to set the adjustments accordingly and give you a brilliant picture automatically.
Now, you have something on there that I think is really interesting. What is the panorama setting?
In the panoramic setting, you take a series of images from left to right or right to left, but it's 3 images that then get stitched together into a final panoramic image. It's really cool.
Now, how do you like make sure that you don't overlap too much?
How am I going to describe this simply? It's real simple to use. Basically, you start with the one of the two edges of your picture.
Right.
You take the image, you move the camera, and a portion of that initial image is exposed on the display. You get to the next place where you need to stop, and it alerts you, hey, this isn't the place where you should take the next picture. You take that. The leftmost corner of it then is displayed on the display. You keep moving, you get the final part of the panorama to the right, and they all get stitched together in the end, and you're looking at a beautiful panoramic image.
I see, you're making it easy.
A lot easier to do than to explain.
No. I mean, actually, I perfectly understand when you're explaining it, but that's a whole lot easier than trying to do it in a lot of the software programs.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're overlapping, and it's like, oh no, you were off, a quarter of an inch up or down, or.
And then you don't have an image you like to look at, right?
Yeah.
How about if I show you the zoom here?
Okay, we'll take a look.
We're going to go from the 26mm wide angle, and we keep going and going and going.
Oh, wow.
That's the A in the Kodak logo.
Okay, now here this is what we're viewing. There's the A, and it goes all the way.
Bring it out a little bit, all the way back to the 26mm wide angle.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's really quite nice. Now, is that model out right now, Don?
This will be out in April. It'll be $399.
Very competitive. Okay. Very nice. Clean lines. So much fun.
Really light. See, I'm holding it with one hand, and I'm not that
you
strong.
Are? Okay, let me pick it. Oh, actually, that's not bad.
When you think about it,
can you take off the detachable?
It's not detachable.
Take off this part.
Oh, sure.
Well, we're going to test it.
Pardon?
We're going to test it right here on the camera. Now, Don does not know these things that I'm pulling because I didn't brief him on everything.
That's fine.
I told him we were talking about the camera, that's it.
Yeah, so there it is without the detachable grip for the vertical shutter release.
Well, actually, that's not bad.
When you think about a 24x zoom lens, wow.
That's,
The weight of a DSLR, for example, with an attachable lens of that magnitude is really significantly heavier.
Well, here's the advantage of an advanced point and shoot versus a digital SLR. Is if you use a typical digital SLR, you cannot take movies at the same time unless you want to spend. There are some manufacturers that do have them, but you're looking at spending $1,500 for one of them and $2,500 for the other one. There's only two cameras, digital SLRs, that I know of on the market that you can take movies as well as pictures at the same time. And also, because these are advanced point and shoots, there are actually some pictures that this one takes much better than a digital SLR. But I'm not going to tell you all my secrets because I guess that's what happens when you work with the cameras, right, Don?
I'm impressed. You really know your cameras, and I would agree with everything you said. Plus, I should probably mention this is HD stills and HD video that it shoots. HD, 720p, 30 frames per second. So the video you're going to see from this that you play back for your family and friends on your HD TV is going to look great. Now,
actually, I want to point out that HD video that you're talking about is a lot of the point and shoots. They're shooting MPEG. Is it 4? They're not, or MPEG 2 or 1, but they're not shooting HD video.
Right, correct.
Okay, great. Don, thank you so much. We're looking forward to seeing a lot more. But meanwhile, check it all out on Kodak. Thank you, Don.